currently on 3 championship points.
Okay, we got TLN on attack, Nongshim on defense.
Going out with 3. That means stage 2, you need a lot.
Nothing crazy with the buy.
That's why it all comes down to this very
And
first
that's it. Thank you so much for the
TLN on the attack, and we have kicked
YouTube
things off.
dollars,
So
the
far,
donation.
so good,
Thank you
just
so
hovering
much
around
for
this
that, man.
A-long position.
A Jet Yori Chamber,
course,
the
TLN,
only S tier
idea with
uppers.
this composition as well is going to be great to counter the likes
I would
of
probably,
Neon, the likes of Yoru
I'd probably put
well.
Jet and
GPs
Chamber
you expect to
above
see
Yoru as well.
with the Sonic sensors. When things flip over onto defense, but on attack, passive approach, classic 1-2-2 if you want to call it as well.
Clash with the
Really
Prime,
just
thank
spread
you so much, dude.
default
Thank
to
you.
Eventually starting to gather a little bit of information. Our
Reina?
not spotting out anything.
Oh, honestly?
So you'll take some further information, some further space down sewers, and this is the time for TLN where they've got to realize that they're not being presented with anything. Now they've got to go look.
The Reina at a high level if you hit.
Smoke bloomed up around A lobby as well, right? And this kind of puts Chip Boys in a precarious position as he gets stunned.
Yeah,
up.
any
The
agent
kill
that can
now
like
heading
get
over
out,
onto
to be fair.
Francis, but also
The
the
Yoru
site
one's a
for
little bit
TLN.
delayed, so I feel like sometimes you get traded, you can't play the same position as like a Jet or a Chamber.
Flank, a gate crash available, but right now it's the spike that TLN are not even.
I'll put Yoru as like an A.
They want these fights.
And that was a really great flash coming out from Persia as well. It does keep TLN pinched into this B site
Oh
where Demi
my
them down with
god,
a
bro,
triple.
that's how we started, and there was no hesitation to stick the spike as well. Dude, that third shot is...
I think this is going to be my
third
most
shot is
mentioned
nuts.
statement ever this year in all of the broadcasts. You probably already know where I'm going with this one. Stuns are cosmetic. They do not exist in this game of Valorant. Dambi has just delivered them death in this pistol round. And I got to say, the damage that was delivered real nice early on. I mean, I thought that TLN were at least going to be able to find one kill on the back of that, but unfortunately not. It's just damage, and Dambi literally says, no, I don't care. I'm going into the site. There's a Sonic sensor. Stiff, yeah, I might just kill you. It's a little bit arguable, because sometimes if you're a G-Boy getting stunned up, then you feel that pressure. But if you're Dambi, oh my god, it just doesn't matter. Yeah,
D2.
Stinger buy out there for
D2 version 2 maybe? Let's see.
And they favor themselves
oh god.
But he gets tagged straight through the cyber cage as TLN swarms this garage position. Just Francis to try to spray.
That could have gone a lot worse.
Off, but to no avail. The spike still going down on the C site. Nongshim all around though, but the spams as well.
Cruz took a random shot.
Unfortunate for Cruz, he's been accidental there.
Ty gets hit by the triple and Cruz tanks one.
They're still trying to keep pressure around this garage.
Remember, difference, Breach versus Teo. You got flashes and an aftershock for Francis.
And they play like kinda...
The flash coming back out from Thigh. He's trying to keep
they need to get that smoke down like now.
That spray down the choke point. 2 kills, a third from Thigh, and just Persia left. He's gonna push out of the smoke. Barrel spotted. Killua finds it, and TLN
there's 3 upgrades here, by the way, if they can find the extra Bulldog as well.
You know, we've seen a lot of
that's an insane round, by the way.
Second round force up.
They got triple upgrade as well. 3 people survived.
You look over yonder, and you got a team like G2, for example, that might be favoring it. I've seen a lot of great percentages in Pacific so far when you've got the individual Stinger in towards the second round, but I guess for TLN
here, yeah, the Premi double here is...
fast. We've got an idea that Nongshim are playing quite slow already
pretty
from
nice
this round. They may not expect something a little bit faster for a C split, and it works a treat. You know? Unfortunate for Margaret, the judge is not able to
success rate is just insane
and now
right
you
now.
have to take a knee as Nongshim.
What are you going to do? I mean, they're taking a bit of a knee, but they're also pushing out a C-long, and it's just
the util combined with the overwhelm. Then, like, as long as you have good spacing, you're actually good with the gun. I don't know, man, it looks so hard to play against.
Reset, play to the numbers, see no overextension.
I do think the judge should have done better then, but
individual tendencies in a situation like this as well.
It was one of those.
Ivy, most likely always play
messed him
from
up.
this A site on the Sova.
Oh my
You'll see him with
goodness.
Dambi a couple times here and there.
Let me just check that
I'd be interested to see
the bunnies are okay.
For later when there's proper rounds, you know, what sort of changes Margaret will have with these Cypher setups.
That will be quite crucial, Komodo, but for now, it's just TLN having their way with things into the site, trying to get the spike planted, but Ivy not too bad for a bit of damage. Just Persia now, heading back in.
Yeah,
we're
would have been good if Ivy was able to find more than one.
I have no idea what happens. I had a little crash of something, and I was like, well,
maybe Die look for a kill here to be one away from the ultimate on the Omen. Primi's already got the dimensional drift, which coming in towards the next gun round is going to be quite huge. So that kill at the end is just a bit of a consolation prize for him. Some padding of the stats, some extra creds. And now we'll get into the meat and potatoes of this
Seeing
game.
his force buy. I mean, yeah, you pretty much only do it when you get the plant down.
But more importantly,
just so you can have that extra bit of util.
Taking a look at the entire history back and forth, right? I mean,
no one does it on defense.
You're talking about how Nongshim has played Talon a couple of times so far in this year. Every time they've lost, and Haven was one of these.
I think if you did it on defense, like I think there could be a variation you could do on defense. There would be like 4 stingers and a Bucky.
Yeah, immediately.
I guess.
Now, this will tickle you a little bit.
4 stingers and a Bucky I would do. Then like try and do like a classic 4-1 pistol.
The kill that Darby needed.
That maybe has potential, but I guess the 4 has to be like a cypher info everywhere.
But maybe, just maybe.
This is a close round though.
Hey, a little bit too early into the peak of B
site. It was absolute mayhem over towards middle.
Onto A for then the spike to get delivered over. Primi though looking for the 1v1s and he takes them.
Dude, Primi's already having mad impact. Got that double stinger into
for the recent matches, but
I guess there's a late bonus fast buy.
1v2, can he live up to these expectations? Kind of walks into the crosshairs that one.
It's nice, man. Primi's got some good impact.
A little bit unfortunate for Ivy pushing too
Z-Hop,
far,
thanks so much with the
Primi, where
Day 1. Thank you for the 9 months,
really great duel for Primi to be able to just dig deep and win, right? A massive kerfuffle in mid that ultimately gets won by Talon. Some stability looking to be brought back by the Nongshim lads, but I'm looking at Ivy here and I'm thinking to myself, you've got a drone, you've got a dart, you've got 2 shock darts, right? You can actually wait for Margaret to come to you and play a little bit more passive and potentially go in together, right? You get the information with the standard kind of oversight dart and a drone if you want, but didn't happen. One of those things. Teething issues potentially, adjustments more importantly to be made for Nongshim coming into the depths of this round of this map.
Info, there's 2-person fighting heavy over towards A, nice shot.
That is a lot of damage, Komodo. Look at that sheriff shot.
Dude,
good spams coming through from Talon as well, just to keep Nongshim away. Dambi pops the overdrive.
I don't know if they recognize that he can get through this one, but he has to be shifted here. He has to be silent.
It's a kill trip though, still doable.
Creeping up from behind. You still have
that's a lot of damage getting done. Dambi takes a lot of space as well.
Talon though, already
jumps over the wall. Surely someone's hit to hear it.
Over onto the seaside, and here comes Dambi. Overdrive might have expired, but he's still got that sheriff, and he's good for 1. Chip Boys trades right back.
There's a nice awareness from Dambi, to be honest, with what was going on.
Now with the neural theft, that's all the information that Talon need to book it towards the A site. However, they will be met by Persia there nice and early. Disrespect this smoke and look for the lurk of Primi.
It's decent timing though, but that GravNet still landing the shot square on. Killua to trade right back as well. And then for Primi on this lurk position, just completely cutting off rotations. Margaret left.
Dude, Primi's 8 and 2.
Not a scenario where you want to find yourself in.
Nope, this would definitely be a doom spot for Margaret. If he can potentially even pick up a rifle here, you'd just be looking to save that in towards the next round as well, because you're not going to tickle the economy of Talon really whatsoever here. Again, building up some better things, getting closer towards some of these ultimates. Thighs picked up his. Cruz is one away from the annihilation.
Sure.
You set yourselves up in a post plant like that, and it's going to be pretty good for Talon. They've already been showcasing early and mid-rounds. Decisioning is looking good, and the pace that they're changing up on this attacking side. This is sort of the scenario where I'm thinking to myself, you might need actually some early coach intervention from Nongshim.
Quite possibly. I mean, this is several rounds now where Nongshim have been caught with their hands down. You know, they're not keeping their guard up, and at the same time, if you're looking at the future rounds, Cruz is now close to his ult, Killua as well, and that could be so darn impactful. Nongshim, though, trying to find ways back into the game. I see an op being picked up. And
dude, Jet Boys is...
Yeah, I think when you're looking towards
nice
them, they need to do something a little bit different, right? Getting an operator out, if you can put them on the proper line.
Is this map over?
Right now, if you're able to remove the likes of Primi, who's fragging up a storm, right?
A lot of rounds on attack, though. It's a good start.
I think that's going to be, you know, a step in the right direction. But as I was just talking about, right, you probably
like if they get 6, probably.
Out here for Nongshim to
double Sentinel,
get some great ideas, because I'm looking in towards this Vito scenario as well, and I'm thinking and I'm agreeing with what Pilsky's saying. It's like the fact that Pearl is snuck in towards this Vito should be a massive boon for Nongshim, but the fact that Haven comes in towards this one as well, when we're looking at Talon having some hit and miss results
as Jet Boys adapted,
year,
he's doing alright.
Up the comp to incorporate this deadlock and then getting some, you know, quite good results, right? They're looking more.
I would say he's a little inconsistent, but you can tell I think he's looked better this year than most of
It's the right idea for them to continue on with this comp. So I think if we're looking at the Vito, I wouldn't be surprised that you can see an argument go for both of the teams.
True. I mean, it still is one of those things where it kind of could be anyone's game. You know, it's been a week. Who knows? Maybe Talon comes in with some improvements, massive improvements on a map like Pearl as well.
Well, that's it, right? If they are leaving it open and not banning it, you surely are expecting that Nongshim will be picking it.
Big change up.
That's the thing, you know, we're all
and got
on
the
the
op
outside
out.
looking in. Right now, this is what we can see. Smoke's up. You got the op watching down A.
Fancy a Persia operator posted on the Omen.
Just in case Talon decides to get antsy to peek out.
Well, he is at the top of the B side at the moment.
And that would be an angle that's so unexpected. Talon hasn't really dealt with anything like that so far, but right now, keeping things close and safe. Alt Orb's picked up.
Yeah, I like this from Talon. Obviously, they're up against the Neon, so they kind of just chill as well for the first 20-30 seconds.
Many members in mid.
And I'm pretty sure they know there's an op in play at the moment with how they're playing. I haven't peeked any angle apart from C long dry at the moment. That's deep C long.
Pull some of this utility away from the likes of Ivy. That would be really good at the moment. So drone use, Dart's still available, but Hunter's Fury, if you're thinking about it, that's on the other side of the map where Talon are now posting up for a seat.
They're doing picking up the deadlock
just evaded that drone as well, so Nongshim don't really have a good idea.
They have no idea about the slug as well.
Onto the C side, Flash already drawn out as well. The hit's still not committing.
30 seconds to go. Ivy needed to win this duel against Jit Boys. He was doing really well for the lurk.
I mean, thank God he won this duel, by the way, because his team was already running back here. I mean, Nongshim getting absolutely wrecked.
It's not the greatest weaponry for a retake.
Not too bad, though, with the spam so far. Dambi, a bit of damage over, but Primi just fires right back, and now just down to Persia. Primi's already gotten him spotted. How quick has all this happened? Quad kill in round 6.
I mean, I'm telling you, man, Primi, he is activated in towards this matchup. He wants to make sure that there's a lower bracket run for Talon to get an international appearance happening. You know, it would be really awesome.
Okay, so now the map is over. If they win this one, I think so, yeah. I think if they get 6, the map's over.
You get straight in towards an international. I mean, it's a little bit far away, don't get me wrong, but the way that Primi's playing at the moment, he's certainly looking to be doing the lion's share of damage, and that's why I'm talking about needing to remove Primi nice and early. We need to see a way that Nongshim are able to isolate him. I thought the operator might be the right weapon to be able to do so, but it just didn't align that Primi was challenging in through towards mid.
Rather unfortunate, and that's why it was such a good call by Cruz to take that round rather slow as well, but this time with the confidence going in a little bit quicker to see.
Dude, they're absolutely wrecking them. They know it's like the final buy before they go down to an eco, so they're going to use their ults into this one, you would imagine, as well.
At the moment for Nongshim when they're in a player deficit, yeah, they might have some A-long control with Darby slotted up deep and Ivy available in the backlines with the recon, with the Owl drone still, but the stealth drone is just going to, well, I would have said remove all the info, destroyed by Ivy early on, and it's the false sense of info now,
if my guy over towards long is shooting this,
I
know someone's close, because he gets the info of hearing it.
It's a bit of information. You feel that there's something fishy around this A-long. You just commit into C. You find that nobody's here, especially the Annihilation for extra cover.
As soon as someone long shoots this, like they can't see it. Someone has to be close hearing it. So even though they don't 100% get the info that there's 2 over towards long, they kind of do.
Royal blunder from Talon to mess this one
up. And then it
makes
sure it's an easy call.
Off towards the fights around the back lines. Dambi initiates a bit of utility into Garage again. Not too bad though, but still the trade
from nice shot, but
and it's a
they can't get any rounds at the moment.
Might have an ult, but I don't see how I can deploy it in this round.
I like this. I like this calling from Talon as well. They have a good idea. I mean, no matter what, they were going to hit over towards C here anyway with the drone, but I'm pretty sure they pieced it together that there was 2 over towards A.
Misstep from Margaret, right? You see the blind side, you're not able to dodge it. You try to sneak in towards the cubby, and you're just dead to rights. You've got no escape route.
And if we just take a
Cruz is shaking his wrist a lot, man.
So much pressure against Nongshim right now. Yes, in terms of the stakes as well, but in the game on this map, Talon's been keeping
We've had a couple
of
people that have
this A side,
had
as well
injuries
as
this year, to be fair.
On the map because of Jit Boys on the lurk, because of the whole team peeking down C.
And I mean, who have we seen change positions on Nongshim so far? What differences have we really seen from them so far, right? It's been Omen in the middle of B, it's been Darby and Ivy over at the side of A, it's Margaret setting up C, and it's Francis.
Cruz is an underrated IGL. Yeah, most likely. I think, I don't know, he's got a lot on his shoulders. First of all, in real life, and second of all, with like the translating everything, or like being the translator between your coach and your team is big as well.
Decision from TLN into the C site, layer down all your utility, something that you just try.
They have a really weird dynamic, TLN. Mate, they're just spamming C hits. This is the third C hit in a row.
From Jit Boys, and he's just always good for one at the moment.
Dude, they have double Sentinel. Look at how many rounds they got.
That would have been rolling thunder, but Jit Boys just keeps Nongshim on
It's probably a bit
toes.
too much from Jit Boys, to be honest, against the eco, but managed to get the extra kill anyway.
Still a tough position to be in.
I mean, you got to consider that Killer has an Armageddon. Salvos eventually will come back online. It's just another round where you're not doing anything, and Premi's found one again.
Well, Dambi's certainly going to try at the very least until Cruz denies entry. Wow, Salvos as well. Persia knows that they're kind of on the move.
Oh my goodness.
For him, so he's going to back
Prota,
off.
thank you so much for the 8 months, dude.
Found. It's just Talon going
thank you for
all
that.
the way.
I appreciate you.
Talk about on the move. I'm seeing them in the groove at the moment. Talon, they've got a song that's in their ears, and they are not
What
stopping.
would that song be?
What would the song be?
Yeah, give me a song.
I'm not that fluent.
Dude, can't even save the gun.
It doesn't have to be Thai music. Come on, it could be K-pop.
I mean, the way that they're going right
They
now, it
probably
might
have to
be
do another
we
timeout.
are the champions.
Hey, that's a good one.
I don't know. I mean, Talon are playing pretty damn good on this attacking side at the moment, and I look towards, you know, what we've seen so far in this league for the likes of Nongshim. They are the team currently, albeit slightly, with the highest defensive round win percentage. We're not really seeing that at the moment, Quack.
I know, that was actually one of the more interesting things. We were talking about this from pre-game, right?
Double Senti? No, this one is done now.
Compared to Talon, but Talon so far
like
on this
seven's way too much. And they have enough ult, so they probably get at least one more. With how how it's looking, looking like they're gonna get more than one.
Same setup for Nongshim.
They do the ults.
Yeah, they've got the ults. They changed their trapwire setups towards the C site though. Still standard garage one and kill trap for Margaret at the back of the site where, you know, maybe Premi's been taping into, or you've got it from the shadows from Dai. At the moment though, dimensional drift, you know, it definitely could be an angle for Premi to pop that and gather all the info.
Slowly. At least to throw the utility down to bait reactions out from Nongshim, if anything.
It's good timing actually on the dark cover. Spotted out Ivy and you just found
dude,
him.
what the hell?
Once again, Jit Boys slip through the cage and
no way! Oh my goodness, man! And this guy's walking up towards C as well. Okay, this is so done. Dude, they're wrecking him.
Don't do it. Don't. No.
The original call on this was kind of nice though.
Just Francis left.
Pressure over towards B, got the deadlock wall to make sure they can't rotate fast over towards B, then go split over towards C. Like what they did in their pistol earlier, but the luck over towards A tries to create a little bit of pressure and just kills everyone.
Impeccable. They are kind of just not faltering on this attacking side really at all, not giving Nongshim a chance to set up for any of these.
You gotta give them another timeout. They're getting absolutely owned, but it does feel like it's named diff at the moment as well. Obviously the calling's been nice also, but
you can't falter them.
You just have to hand it to Talon on this one. I mean, on this Haven map, they've got everything almost perfect.
Luck on luck. Yeah, they basically had
it's just such a beautiful recovery from last week's
got 2 kills, C luck got 1 kill, and then they end up enabling the B luck to get 1.
With the way things are going here.
Right, but both timeouts being called down in the first half.
I mean, you've got to.
It smells like
considering that this could blow out to an 11-1.
Yeah, that's a thing. But, you know, if there's anything to look forward to, you do have the next upcoming map. We were talking about the map, there's still a decent chance. I know the mental game can be affecting Nongshim quite a bit right now.
Are we already thinking about Pearl? Is that the scenario that we're at right now?
You look at the scoreline.
Yeah, but it's first half. You know, they could turn the monitors on.
We were also kind of theorizing that the second half with Nongshim on this composition would kind of work against the whole Davy Neon thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, if we're seeing, you know, what the change up of the sides will do, you're going to be expecting Cruz to be at the A site more often than not with a lot of these deeper sensors to stop any TP aggressions to come on out. You'd need some good shock darts from Ivy. And I mean, we've not really seen the utility be successful for Nongshim at the moment, right? We're thinking about combo moves, we're thinking about fault lines and darts and getting Darby activated. None of it's really been able to come into play. You're looking at this round again, and it's the same, you know, spots essentially for Nongshim. Slight difference in the fact that you've got Francis more towards B yet again like last round, but you've got Danby going down the sewers instead of long.
I don't mind it too much. At least they're still trying to work with what they've got, right? Breaking the camera,
Yeah, but it's playing into Talon's hands. They're happy to play very passive at the beginning of the round, wait for any oversteps because they're hitting their shots. Their first bullet accuracy in this map so far has been impeccable. And this is about the time in the round. They've used the drone. They see, all right, Ivy's over towards the A side again. Dambi's probably going to be here.
Speaking of first bullet accuracy, that's all at the hands of Primi as well as Jitboys right now. And both of these players are around this A site. You got 3 from Nongshim though, and they're going to peek into Primi at any point. There it is.
Yeah, but they can protect the gun or insta-react.
Nongshim. They've taken down the raid boss in Primi. With 40 seconds to go, you're pivoting to this C site. You're tempting with Margaret. Francis is there. They could deploy a Rolling Thunder with 30 seconds to go to stave off this round.
Honestly, they might just all here.
Oh, Francis, what's the call though? He's already hovering around site. He's up towards logs right now. Persia finds one down middle. Armageddon rips through as well. And there's the Rolling Thunder. Timing now, 20 seconds left.
Yeah, and Dai, of course, no ultim as well, so they are locked in to stay at their C site.
Oh boy. All of them holding these grand positions. The call
guys, you can't be free pass and saving when you have 8,000.
Still silently.
They have all the ults.
Skulking around.
I guess you don't want to give them any gun upgrades.
Why not? But oh, Jitboys.
Just protect the guns.
Nongshim need the guns essentially. I mean, they'll have a buy in the next round. They need all that they can
play.
get.
They didn't
So
get double upgrades.
I guess you'll say more
actually worked out alright. Does it change anything with their money? Not really. Well, it might do if they win this round.
We've taken 8 off you. You can have another one. It'll be fine.
To be fair, if they didn't lose their gun at the end, then we've only got the one upgrade. It's not the worst idea.
I want to still note that single mistake, you don't want to get too complacent. Nongshim could still mount a bit of a comeback. Right now, though, that's a great recovery and certainly will do wonders for the mental side.
8-4, best half result that Nongshim can hope for, but I think hope is not what we need to rely on. They need to be individually hitting the shots, coming out with a lot of these calls. They've been holding some of these ults in their back pockets for quite a little bit now, wondering when are they going to put themselves in a situation to be able to use them, because Talon aren't giving them space. Talon aren't giving them the light of day.
And Talon
you know, 2 are here.
Just reacting, calling so quickly.
Yeah, they got this down, by the way.
Extremities of the map right
it's
now,
probably one of the only teams
that
I think fully have the drone getting shot from far range did this one close.
As well. Talon still.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if
like this is all down to the fact that it's invisible as well. Like every other drone, you know, but every other drone kind of sells it. And I normally know anyway just by how much focus they go on breaking the drone. But because it's invisible in this one, you can tell with how committed the person far away is. Dude, look at Primi go, man. I can't even. He's actually not giving him it. Like, they have no chance when he plays like this.
For Nongshim, you need to make sure that your credits are deployable for the rest of the team.
It's looking like a Zakin performance from yesterday.
You're again not playing with the economy of Talon
or earlier, depending on time zone.
Yeah, you take him down, but it's still a 2 versus 5 now. 1 versus 4, like, it's just not achievable.
19 to 4 for Primi.
Yeah,
so what I was saying is earlier is like Talon have really got this down drone right, because it's invisible to shoot it from far range. You have to be able to hear it, and you can't hear it from here. So as soon as you know that someone shoots it, even though they're trying to create the pressure that no one's close, you still get the info. Happened twice now.
Earlier, Ivy.
Well, we might see them a little bit more in the second half now that he's found this little moment. The round might have gone over onto Talon.
I think Talon are the only team I've seen do this at the moment.
Yeah. The wheels are still spinning.
Maybe other teams have done it and I haven't realized,
here and there that the lights are red.
They're the ones that are like making it obvious that they know.
Warning signals here and there, but we're still chugging along with the Chobra hype train right now.
1 enemy remaining.
We'll see though. Somebody check in on him. I hope he's doing okay.
I mean, knowing and looking at this, it's Haven from Talon. They've been on an upward trajectory. Pearl is in the pool. You're probably looking at an angle of ascent. That might be the thought process. But it's early. It's the first half of the first map. And now it's the last round of this half. An operator out for Primi.
My guy has a backup Odin just to spam doors.
So it gives them a couple more options, but it's going to be the first frag that really needs to go Nongshim's way. And it might very well, Jitboys, quite low.
Decent shots, but also the slide already spent. Meanwhile, Talon once again back in towards C, where it's just Persia.
Yeah, there's actually a bit of difference now, isn't there? You've swapped Persia and Francis's locations around the map. You've got a little bit of this Cypher utility at the front of B, and an operator echoes out towards the C side of things, where now Persia, yeah, the right player to get out of dodge with that shrouded step, but still maybe gonna be cocooned.
No way.
It's Margaret.
Margaret ends up hitting it. Because Persia got hit by the grab net. They managed to save him
not
though.
able to come up with the goods. Down to the site now. There's the Hunter's Fury to buy a bit more time. Neural Theft too.
Yeah, but the Neural Theft was used after the Hunter's Fury, so they're not able to combo those ultimates on the back of the information.
Yeah, not fully, but at least they are aware that there might be a player looking down the back of Garage. That said, though, Jitboys will regroup with his team just to mark down these angles now, trying to block them off at the choke points. Or here comes Dambi with the overdrive as well. Relay bolt in, and they're trying to keep themselves alive, but still,
okay, well, this one is way too much on 30. Oh, you're about to see the best clip ever in Valorant.
This round should be having Oda the other way, but Primi still keeping Nongshim on their toes. 2 kills. He's still good on the 1v1s.
It started off kind of nice.
Be able to stick the defuse all the way
through.
through.
Started off pretty
2
nice.
kills, not scary enough at the end there for Primi.
Almost, yeah. I was thinking when he got the fast, I was like, okay, hold up.
There's a lot that you can learn for Nongshim. Hopefully,
what a half
in this
from them,
little break
though.
here on what they need to
They're
deploy
drilled
going
on
towards
this
the
map.
second half, but attack versus defense can be a bit of a fickle thing. I don't really think they've given themselves enough space for this second half.
Are they drilled, or did the
Larkers
just get insane amounts of value?
Bonus, or you're dropping the pistol round, you get a second one back like your Talon have just done to you. Maybe they can start to have a little bit of a comeback at the moment.
G2 EG? I should at least watch the third map.
Yeah. All right, what have you got for us, Jen? What have you got here? Every match has gone to map 3 so far. What about today?
She's thinking. She
shouldn't be thinking. It should be definitely going to map 3 here, Jen.
Just based on trends, right? Come on! She's still deciding. Okay, there we go. She's picking into a 2-0.
Yeah, but that's a 2-0, and the players in the picture are Nongshim there. So she's saying 2-0 Nongshim, which means there's going to be a full reverse sweep on Haven, and then Pearl goes their way.
Jen is the prophet. Things have happened before. We might see the comeback. There is still a chance.
See, that's the right prediction. Map 3.
The more logical prediction, especially with the win-loss record of Talon so far.
I'm looking at this. The logical prediction is probably 2-0 towards Talon. Let's be real.
Just based off of what we've seen so
far. I want to see that third map.
It needs to be the wake-up call, though, for Nongshim at the moment, right? A half is done. They can stew
I'm
in
not
this
sure we
little
get
break
him
at the
on how
moment.
they
They
look.
need to shake off any worries, shake off any nerves.
Majority of the audience just went for the three-mapper.
Audience knows.
They know what's up.
Owen in the
Talon,
YouTube chat, thank you so much,
first
dude.
half, 19 kills. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Jitboys
up there as well. Cruz is just laying back. He's doing his calls.
Prime, Zekken, or Verno to start a team with no language barriers.
He got darted himself.
It's hard to not say Zekken with how he's playing at the moment, mate.
That's going to scare Nongshim
Also, I feel like
scared, or you'll take more members into this one fight.
You're gonna have a good Euro in this meta.
First.
And
4v4.
He got pretty good at Yoru fast.
Kind of cook things up somewhere.
This is interesting for Talon. Running the double senti, choosing to go for some little bits of information in the mid rounds here. Ivy, I don't know how he's gotten away with that one. That was risky business. But
close.
Now you've got a 4 versus 3, and again, Talon want to still go in mid, and it's gorgeous for them. They might get a double here.
They have the numbers, they have the confidence from the previous duels being won, so why not go for it? Cruz now finding the headshot. Got Killua spotting them out towards the back as well, the double kill. One that Nongshim did not expect.
Well, this is going to be a fast one. It might be real fast. It's about saying. Not even 30 minutes yet.
Around. They would have had to contend with the barrier mesh as well that was at the top entry choke of A, so it would have been quite difficult for them to even get on in. Just a lot of duels being traded here and there, some a little bit interesting on how it actually goes the way of Ivy, but traded out in the end. You know, a different round if he's able to dispatch of Cruz.
It's, you know, pushes that Nongshim didn't quite expect.
Oh, sure.
Speaking of things that you don't expect, though, yeah, I just caught a glimpse of the Judge, the Outlaw being pulled out. Stinger as well. for Nongshim.
Yeah, I mean, Talon were able to get the Stinger round successful. So going against 140 each shot, Primi.
Dude, it's their force
buy. Just won the round with those 2 kills and even the tag onto Danby. You can't slide in with 10 HP on a Stinger, you would assume.
Absolutely not. Clapped through. Your entire force buy hinged upon this, but it just got broken apart. Decent kill from Ivy, though.
22-6, and he has a chance to get everyone again here.
For the cavalry as well.
Gave him a low gap with the smoke.
Nearby for flashes if needed. You got this little edge around the smoke. Margaret, though, will be able to play close range.
Gormate, just get in there. Saw no scoping.
Danby looks to equalize. Cruise up from the top. And, well, Jit Boys with the judge. It's a little bit tough in terms of range, but down the drops. It's going to be Margaret trying to trace through. It doesn't quite go all the way that he wants. Margaret now with an outlaw. One shot is all it took, but still the low HP.
Yeah, I mean, they're just in that. They're in that hole, man. They got to rebuy this.
Try in for Nongshim there, but unfortunately, as I mentioned, right, 10 HP for Danby. They're trying to duck. They're trying to weave out the dark cover through the side cages as well.
I would do it at one point this week.
Not able to get the job done, unfortunately, for Nongshim. Look at the replays. It's a cheeky one out from Margaret, but just not able to get it done at the end. You know, there's 2 duels that they're trying to fight almost individually as Margaret at the end.
Nasia, thank you so much as well for that.
The nail in the coffin.
What agents that A tier offers?
Dig deep in towards the pockets yet again here.
Omen.
3. You
Omen
really
kind of
need to
vibes.
make a deep run with every single buy.
Yoru, but Yoru again would be above Omen slightly.
The outlaw can just
raise, like ones where you can get away, but you have to kind of like tuck in, like over towards short. Like you could get away with holding this angle, take a shot, tuck in, and then either like TP or satchel out. That would be my description of someone who's like A tier bombs. Good chamber maps as well. Lotus Fracture, like your... that's a lie, sorry. Lotus Power, like your 2 best at the moment. Chamber's going to be a lot more viable now that Teo's going to get nerfed. Like the whole Vice Chamber combo is pretty strong.
Oh, he sidesteps in with the second kill. The Stinger doing wonders. But he walls himself up just to keep himself somewhat alive.
Hey, this wall's sick.
Nongshim then to play with caution. Travis steps over. Margaret to receive.
So much time. It's kind of
cool.
cool.
To find the final kill. Nongshim will keep themselves afloat for one more round.
They couldn't proper swing on him.
One more round at least here. A bit of cushioning. But all it's going to take is one little faltering and Talon would find map point here. Is this the time for Nongshim to start to make an attack and train happen, though? Hey, look, maybe, right? They're starting to have a couple of opening frags. That is the first round that they get here on what generally would have been the bonus round for Talon anyway, but with the way that those first 2 rounds went, it means that they're going to be down on the pistols come this next round. And I'm already seeing a lot more changes of position, of utility from Talon on this defensive side as well. They're not scared to waltz together through mid.
There you go. Changes in the player's demeanor as well. Certainly giving them a lot more confidence, especially for the later maps right now. Talon trying to keep themselves alive.
Ivy's using the drone right now out through mid, so you're not going to be able to use that towards the alpha side of the map, which if he did, you know, and was able to spot out 2-3 members, you just call an audible there and absolutely leave the site. This time though, Nongshim just going quite slow together, waiting to see any over-aggressions from Talon.
Dude, Primi,
kind of fair enough. You've seen
Primi 4 saves of 400. That's going to get that op out.
If this is the call to go to A, you're going to be going into a potential killer Armageddon if you're spotted. If that goes from the top of A lobby toward long, well, you're shreked.
You just removed
the direct
killer, so
up peak.
No need to worry about
Can't
that
be doing that these days.
Great place shot from Danby, who has been the star duelist of the team, needing to put up huge numbers for this map as well. Hot flash from Primi, stays alive, still skulking around the site. Francis, though, coming back in with the entire team, just decimates Talon. But you have sussed out some positions.
4 ults for Talon.
Good to see that the layers there didn't wreck them.
Primi gets the op out.
So Nongshim, again holding on. But remember, that was just the pistols to come through for Talon.
Now you've got the full buy.
Now you've got the full buy and the backup of the ults as well. And I say backup because we know that Talon might not necessarily need to even deploy them.
Neon face.
Team that has a lot of great decisions on the early stages.
I don't know, man. Let's see.
They're able to get Primi on the right spot with this operator as well.
They should know an ops in play.
See where that one's going to be
with what's going on. So do they want to speed up? I'm not sure Killer should be swinging this against the Sova ult, but here we are.
The A side of the map from Long, which means if Darby decides to overdrive through there, well, he's getting stunned up twice.
That would just be great anticipation from Cruz. We'll see how it all works out, though, Drone.
Yeah, it's the timing right now as well, right? It's what can you hear on the utility mark. Killua with the stealth drone. Smoke's really quickly deployable by Thai. Do you get the sensation as Nongshim that there might be a little bit more of a stacking towards this A site? Seen one sensor removed by a shock dart. Still one at the front of the site, however.
Those are a couple of tells. Nongshim trailing off of Alpha now.
Yeah, and remember this operator too. Primi, head on a swivel to go between Garage and Long. Trapwire not broken by the Owl drone. And I don't even know if it was actually spotted out with the positioning that Ivy has just shot. So that Trapwire can still be played with a little bit later. And that's time to be caught with the Armageddon.
They
and
protect
the barrier mesh deployed as well. So Nongshim, 30 seconds to go.
They protect the wall with the tail.
They're feeling the heat, though. And the Annihilation called out as well.
Yeah, let's see what Primi's got.
Primi, who has Dimensional Drift, but the operator and flashes to dance with.
We'll see. If you're able to throw Primi off, that could work wonders for your team. Primi, though, just steps into the right line at the right time.
Nice from him.
Dimensional
1,
drift as well.
2, 3.
Got picked up by the Annihilation.
Spots everyone.
That just does not bode too well for Nongshim Persia, though, trying to keep themselves
That's a nice
alive.
spray from Persia. How's he done that?
Well, but Primi out for the clone. In with the angle
Primi
being held
knows
as well.
the one went
Cruz
over towards Long.
With the grab net coming back up, that could work out huge. But 2v3, the kills not going their way. Primi and Kill have fallen. Just Cruz left.
They might have just done it here. Nongshim surviving through.
Did he even say no? Or was it just smoke kills? Either way, he's absolutely earned it. I think one committed before. I think one committed through the smoke and then he just spammed the other.
Like Persia, Francis, Ivy a little bit as well.
Absolutely.
Not saying the Talon need to time out,
getting some confidence,
but I do think they need to chill a little bit with how this round went.
Never mind.
Cruz still got some kick in him.
10 bullets and ammunition. But
he's gonna
might be able to just escape on this one.
Spike will just blow off.
More importantly, it's another round for Nongshim, and I'm looking at it, right? Primi ult, Cruz ult, Killer ult. I gotta say, Cruz popped the Annihilation on the A side itself really early. He's just ricocheted that one to mid-window and picked up Darby.
Just in case.
When, by the way, Nongshim are in the C side,
through the smoke.
Darby the duelist is lurking mid-window.
How big brain is that?
No, how unexpected is that?
I mean, he knew Darby was somewhere around the A side, just based on like timing rotation of things. I think that's just such a smart call. And he's kept himself up to 9-9 right now.
That was a little bit of luck.
Sure enough. There is an element of that in there.
Dude, I'm not believing, but
Nongshim.
when it gets to like 10, I
side of things,
have to.
forcing a gate crash away, starting to slowly gather some space. It's another eco scenario for Talon, holding on to a bit of this sentinel utility, by the way, as well. 2 trapwires, 2 sonic sensors.
Meanwhile, for Nongshim, if you are able to cycle through with your ultimates, you can definitely string a couple of rounds.
You guys said it was over. Dude, it should be over.
Talon will be able to
I think it should have been over.
Yeah. I mean, if you're Nongshim, you want to try and be kind of 100% in these sort of rounds, right? If you have to use an ultimate to be able to pick it up, I mean, it's not the worst thing. Reminds me of, you know, Americas at the moment, where the likes of a Vice, right? Steel Gardens are used on these anti-eco rounds more often than actual rifle rounds. No Vice here, but ultimates, you know, as I'm trying to say, use an ultimate if you've got it, and you might need to with 4 players at this A site. Talon, 30 seconds to go. If you're not rolling Thundering as Francis,
I mean,
this is rough.
A little combo here.
No yet either. Hopefully the recon
you're gonna get
gives a bit of a
done.
tell, but yeah,
oh gosh, they got him.
Right on through.
Dude, that's nice though. Insta TP.
For the hit. The
20 seconds.
Right time.
No
right
way.
Well,
where's his right click gone?
It was
looking so rough and they flawlessly win. 2 armory buys, that's it.
There, you throw your hat in the ring, so to speak, as Margaret, but the bell had already rung, so nicely done. 11-7, 4 in a row for Nongshim. A better identity on this attacking side at the moment, where we were highlighting earlier.
Dude,
they have had majority of their success over on that defensive side.
Surely we can have the wall with
against the
an up behind it.
half investment, sort of investment. Call it what you will. It's a round for Nongshim. Now they have to try and do it again against the proper weaponry of Talon.
Talon is also kind of cooled off for the past several rounds now, no longer peeking out aggressively. This time, though, C...
Oh, you say that, yeah. A little bit of a creep
Okay, they're changing it up. You got camera down towards C, make it look like the Cypher's just defaulting on his own to get early info.
Key info.
And we have the angle to set him up, but Persia's in a strong off angle.
It's risky though.
Camera spots, swing. That's nice. Do that. I mean, you're always going to get that kill. Strong.
And they can get out of this one as well. Oh, it's done. You've taken out 2 members.
Just around Garage, and then
the
the
op
drone
with this
out.
comp
3v5
must be so
just as the
sick.
round started.
And this
Like, I feel like you get 2 kills. If you play it smart, you get so many kills off of
really becomes a problem, right? Because you got 1 round that you sacrifice over towards Talon in this spot, and then you have to push us into overtime. You have to get 5 in a row.
They choose the right side, though.
Versus 5 conversion as Nongshim here.
That's why this is just such an incredible call, incredible
teamwork. They don't have the sickest
What a way to
retake.
splash cold water onto Nongshim's 4-round win streak. Still, though, the 3 members trying to scrounge something
This
up
is kind of doable.
this Charlie site.
Let's see.
They can get the plant
This can't be that good a retake. It's all about women flash.
1 shock dart and a Hunter's Fury, but you have to see Danby, you have to see Persia doing a lot here.
Well, in position so far. Side steps, got the flash as well. Primi coming back in, and Danby, he's equalized the numbers.
Okay.
Look at these rounds.
Well.
And now you switch to post plant. You still got that ult. As I said, you got it from the shadows for Persia. You can one-way the site.
Really good chance. Just got to spam right through. Hunter's ripping out. Oh, and it's just thigh left. And he's just trying to keep himself alive.
He got tagged.
70 HP. Danby slips through the net. He sees that no one is on the spike. That's key information. The round is done.
And they've really dug deep there. Oh my. Danby, Ivy, Persia, a 3 versus
3v3,
5
they leave the
conversion.
site with double sentinel. A comp I don't think you can retake that well.
That's saving grace for Talon. That is
at least you can, but you gotta have
huge round for Nongshim that may very well save them in this map.
I mean, honestly, you can retake with it when you have,
if this operator
I guess,
stage doesn't deploy anything substantial in this next round, it could actually be the round that has just saved Nongshim.
A clattering round of applause from our Korean home crowd right here in Splex as well.
Danby
just giving
nice
so
shots.
much acknowledgement to the efforts of Nongshim in that very
Frosters
round.
haven't had enough.
Meanwhile, for Talon, still looking for that map point.
I'll be honest with you, Quack, they're looking for 1 round at the moment. It's attacking side deja vu for this map.
At least they've got those 2 timeouts. We'll see if Jovi and Frost can cook something up.
Have they swapped spots? I actually don't know.
Not entirely sure. They've kind of, you know, actually, it kind of looks familiar.
Well, at least the hat's on Frost's head.
Yes.
And start believing.
That one time.
All it took was 1 time to recognize immediately. Oh my God, he's not wearing a hat.
You see him not wearing a hat in the homegrown documentary as well. So that, you know, it's Frost, Hector Rosario. But that said, yes,
hat on means business.
It is.
Right now, we've got a very loose handshake at the moment from what we're seeing for Talon. 11-8, shambles in their camp. So they call the timeout.
Is that a shot at me? What the hell's going on?
That's where you got to take a look at how Nongshim's able to play around this as well.
Something I want to say as well, 19 kills for Primi on the first half. He's had 5 in
Frost did it to you guys? Oh my goodness.
Right. Some of them holding on to his off. Getting clapped by Nongshim, finding first contact with numbers.
Yeah. Do you still want to try and
you're out here watching watching the podcast and
reposition.
Take it. You got the receipts ready. Like that.
Or down long. I mean, it might have been a bit of a bad scenario because Soul of Nongshim are pretty much here now.
Oh, that's a nice. Okay, that's nice.
A little bit of information for Nongshim.
You would hear that,
really
right?
Collapse into the site. Great timing on the barrier mash, but Persia just slips through. The rest of the team as well, but Killua finds the first kill. Off to the next as well, though, as Danby now slides back in.
Remember, an operator for Primi, you'd need to be given a duel almost, you would think, and then with the 2 rifles,
I think you guys gotta save.
I mean, 3 versus
4,
or
like fake the retake, try to get the breach out and then save.
Yeah, I might even think to a save unless you can find an opening kill.
Well, I don't know about contacting. I mean, contact's the way if you want to try win, but
methodically clear every single angle. Danby first done. Rolling Thunder baited out. And unfortunate for Jit Boys, he doesn't get away alive.
That's gotta be the
yeah, he just was too committed for the breach shot. And they got the breach shot though, so they can save.
Unfortunate you lose your life at the
that
end,
was the
but
plan.
You will take a rifle and that sniper into the next round. It's another successful one for Nongshim.
6 in the books.
As I said though, right, using the ultimate on these rounds where you feel like you just have to.
So they had a
try and
timeout.
win it.
Do they have like
the important factor at the moment for
some kind of
Nongshim,
switch where they put the deadlock over towards C or something?
The opportunities. If you're off-putting this operator,
Dude, I haven't really had much thought about deadlock on this map other than like fast A control.
A lot of rope, in fact. I mean, 6 rounds in a row, and you just hear the crowd continuing to cheer and applause. It's getting louder and louder, Komodo, with every single round going towards Nongshim.
But again, all it's going to take is one. It's not too excitable at the moment for Nongshim. They know that they have to just keep their head on straight and into the C side. Potentially, it would be where Primi is. You would think generally you should be good for one in this here.
At least one. You got the gate crash to
double judge is over.
Progressive smoke at the moment for Nongshim to just make sure the sniper line isn't available for him. A bit of a difference as well, right? Playing on a Yoru, you're generally not going to see it elevated on the top of the C site.
They force into the rounds with the save guns, double judge.
No, not so far.
They have no info on Garage.
Great recognition coming through from Nongshim, and right now just lurk into several positions
just
in case as well.
Don't. Okay, we're good.
Deals with the camera for now.
You see a lot of the center U-tilt towards the A side as well for Nongshim.
Yeah, now I like this setup a lot better. But they were 4-person stack over towards A for a fast all-round. I wonder if it was something to do with the Omen ult. Maybe they've leaned heavy over towards A with it.
You start to consider that if you're going into an angle and the judge is there, well, it could be a little bit problematic for Nongshim.
Especially if you've just seen Cruz in such a forward position.
Yeah. Oh, they do want to contend with going to this A side though, so it's going to be Jit Boys. It's going to be Die.
Yeah, it comes down to the utility as well as the smokes. Possibly close range kills as well, but you're working against Dambi.
The active smoke, sitting in the smoke with a judge. Omen ult goes over towards spawn, and they let him stick the Omen ult before they got the kill.
Unfortunate for Persia, now Nongshim just trying to trudge their way forward, but the judge brings justice.
Dude.
Francis and Ivy, though, not backing down. Smooth criminals in their own way, but Primi to fire back. They're all blocked off at this low toe point, but Ivy still brings things right back to the 1v1. Jit Boys getting the spam forward, and he brings Talon up to that crucial, much coveted map point.
Yeah, you unfortunately had to go for the stick there as Ivy to extend your chances of winning the round, and when the neural theft comes on out, you don't know where Jit Boys has slipped in towards as well. It becomes a little bit difficult. As I said, sub 30 seconds for them to get in towards the site. The fact that the From the Shadows is invested from Persia and just absolutely read and heard as well makes things a little bit more difficult. 5, 4,
so if you
3,
look at
not even to the 3 seconds on the clock, it would have
look at how some teams play deadlock at the moment. Like the judge become not a Parma, but like judge op is like how a lot of set rounds are based. Like you can definitely do so many punishes off of the wall. Dude, that is a big play.
No one's protecting him. He's going for the plant and then to try and get on out.
That's a big play, and that is the round.
Spike back, it's Persia.
No chance.
This is probably done. This is absolutely an unheard of situation for Nongshim to get back in.
Oh, and they're just continuing to spray a hail of bullets going all the way through at this one little gate. Nongshim unable to scratch their way back in, still close off onto the other side. Gravnet, and that just confirms positioning.
I mean, they've got 2 kills so
far.
Online,
yeah.
But can you get more? I mean,
all you had to do is by the judge.
In the site, disrespectful play from Die to deny the plant from going down. Faultline and Recon to at least clear the front of site. But Talon, they recognize with 30 seconds to go, all right, let's just disconnect from it. Have a bit of a flank potential to come on out.
Right, play with numbers. Got the flash, possibly Gravnet coming back as well.
And if you keep pushing as Ivy, you would probably assume that
Cruz is on this though.
You've not expected a reflank to come out from Cruz, and it's a 1 versus 3 for Francis.
Uh-oh. How could you possibly know? Francis still trying desperately to keep himself in the game. A 1v3 would be monumental.
Okay, that's it. That's your hand from Talon. Honestly, got me a little bit worried though.
Very last second.
It did give me a little bit worried.
And we end the first map 13-9 in favor of Talon.
Yeah, they came out of the gates with a great idea after that first pistol round that goes the way of Nongshim. Just 9